I must have dreamed 1,000 dreams, being haunted by a million screams, but I can hear the marching feet. They're moving into the street. Now, did you hear the news today? They say the danger's gone away, but I can see the fire still light. They're burning into the night. There's too many men, too many people making too many problems, and not much left to go round. Can't see this is the land of confusion. This is the world we live in. Oh, these are the hands we're giving. Oh, use them and let's start trying. Oh, make it a place worth living in. Oh, Superman, where are you now? Where everything's gone wrong somehow. The men are still the men of power, are losing control by the hour. This is the time, this is the place, so we look for the future. And there's not much love to go round. Tell me why this is the land of confusion. This is the world we live in. Oh, these are the hands we're given. Oh, use them and let's start trying. Oh, make it a place worth living in. I remember long ago when the sun was shining. Yes, stars were bright all through the night when a little bit wrong there with rhythm, and the sound of your laughter as I held you tight. So long ago. I won't be coming home tonight. My generation will put it right. We're not just making promises, but we'll know we'll never keep. There's too many men, too many people making too many problems, and not much love to go round. Can't see this is a land of confusion. This is the world we live in. These are the hands we give. Lose them and let's start trying. Make it a place worth fighting for. This is the world we live in. These are the names we're given. Stand up and let's start showing just where our lives are going to. Yep, that's another one of my favourite songs from the 80s, Land of Confusion with Genesis. I'm getting a habit now of doing these songs and stuff as we go along. I hope you enjoy my interpretation of these songs, even when I get the rhythm of the tune wrong. Even when I get the rhythm of the tune wrong. Welcome. I am Trev the Rev. I ain't no Vicar. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And if you'd like the quantity of this show, please hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe. And you want to know when these shows are coming out, ring that bell. Ring the bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. So, let's get on with the show. Kachunga to all my friends out there. Kachunga to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am here to make you laugh. I am here to make you go, shut up, you can't sing, you muppet. Yes, I am here. I'm here to give you enjoyable shows. And today, after my bad jokes, today we are talking about the nazca lines. Um, it's I've decided this year I'm going to try doing more in-depth content of what I'm talking about, so people can listen and might maybe enjoy what I'm talking about. Let me know if it works for you. If it doesn't, so we'll start. We will start. We will start with the jokes. And you can't use on the lady Roz just the jokes because she's not here. She's working. Hopefully she's coming home soon. Although she may be another hour to go yet, but we'll find out. Claus. Anyway, let's start with the jokes. Right. If you're British when you go in the bathroom, and you're British when you come out the bathroom, what are you when you're in the bathroom? European. European. What did a fish say when he swam into the wall? Damn. God, I know. That's a bad one. What do you call a can opener that doesn't work? A can opener. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Two muffins were sitting in an oven. One turned to the other and said, "Wow, it's pretty hot in here." The other one shouted, "Wow, a talking muffin." Oh, God, that's bad. They're bad. They're bad. What is Forrest Gump's email password? One, Forrest, one. and, and, right. And last but not least, did you hear about the guy who invented the knock knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize. Oh, that was so bad. Even I cringed over that one. Honestly, it was. It was so bad. I even cringed over that joke. That's how bad it was. So, as we were discussing, we were saying earlier on that welcome. Someone has joined the show. Welcome. Just coming to, and they've gone. But this, I'm about to start with information on the Nazca line. Now, this is something that's at my heart. I'll be fascinated with Nazca lines for a long time. So long. It's, it was about 18, 19, and I started learning about this. That's a long time for me. Nazca lines, people. Zip, Nazca lines. Well, let's go into it. What do you know about Nazca lines? I'm going to tell you all about it. You tell me if you'd like. If you're interested in how this is going, please tell me. Ask me the questions. If I can answer it, I will do. And no, this is not Flat Earth Society. Yes, ongoing joke. Yes. The Nazca lines are a collection of giant geoglyphs. Geoglyphs, that's right. Designs on motifs etched into the ground. Located in the Peruvian coastal plain, about 250 miles south of Lima, Peru, created by the ancient Nazca culture in South America. And they're depicting various plants, animals, and shapes. The 2,000-year-old Nazca lines, 2,000 years old, can only be fully appreciated when viewed from the air, given their massive size. Despite being studied for over 80 years, the geoglyphs, which was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994, are still a mystery to researchers. So you ask me, what exactly are the Nazca lines? Well, there are three basic types of Nazca lines: straight lines, geometric designs, and pictorial representation. Let's spell that word, representation. Spell it with me. Representation. Hey, representations. Yes. Long word for me. I almost mucked it up. Wow. There are more than 800 straight lines on the coastal plain, some of which are 30 miles long. Additionally, there are over 300 geometric designs, which include basic shapes such as triangles, rectangles, and trapezoids. as well as spirals, arrows, zigzags, and wavy lines. Nazca lines are perhaps best known for the representations of about 70 animals and plants, some of which measure up to 1,200 feet. That's 370 meters. Examples, well, I've seen pictures of a spider, I've seen a hummingbird, I've seen a cactus plant, I've seen a monkey, I've seen a whale, not with my own eyes, I've seen these in pictures and books on the internet. Llama, a duck, a flower, a tree, a lizard, and a dog. That's just a small of what's there. The Nazca people also created other forms, such as the humanoid figure that's on the wall, nicknamed the astronaut. I saw that one about 5 years ago for the first time. Hands and an unidentified depiction. Now, back in 2011, going back in time, gonna go back in time. Back in 2011, a Japanese team discovered a new geoglyph that appeared to represent a scene of decapitation. Must be from it's about 4.2 meters long and 3.1 meters wide. It's far smaller than any other Nazca figures and not easily seen from aerial surveys. Nazca people were known to collect trophy heads, and research in 2009 revealed that the majority of trophy skulls came from the same populations as the people they were buried with, rather than outside cultures. Now, in 2016, the same team found another geoglyph, this time one that depicts a 98-foot long, that's 30 meters long, mythical creature that had many legs and spotted markings and is sticking out his tongue like, bleh, bleh, sticking out his tongue. Bleh. In 2018, that's only like 1 year ago, really, because it's 2020, Peruvian archaeologists announced they had discovered more than 50 new geoglyphs in the region, using drone technology to map the landmarks in unprecedented details. Now, hello, darling, sweetheart, how you doing? Wow, they are Roz, just for you. Wow. It's my lady Roz. She's joined the show. She says, hello, darling. So, wait a minute. I'm just going to say hello to her back. There you go. I said, she's my darling, and I love her. I do. Even though I can sometimes be a grumpy git, especially when I just wake up. I need time to. You don't just wake up, do you? See, I tend, I can be awake in the morning and I can't go back to sleep. It takes me about an hour and a half to like become human, especially when I can't have a cup of tea in the morning. Because normally I'm working and I don't have a cup of tea until I've gone to work, have my first cup of tea there. I'm very in the morning normally. It takes me about an hour and a half to wake up without. So back to the subject at hand. Back to the subject. Oh. How were the Nazca lines actually? Well, before we get to that, one of the things I'm sure you're going to ask me is why is it so? What makes this so? Because I'm about to say in a minute about how they were created and everything else. They're just in like corn circles. Why couldn't they? It's because these things are so big. Especially the drawings that they've done, like the monkey and the you couldn't really see what they were until you're flying over the above the line. You're looking down, and then you can see what they've done. It's only when that's to that point, and you can see it, that you realise that how did they do all this without any? Because there's no flying unless you want to count the UFOs and stuff. Unless you want to count the UFOs from that day and age, how did they see them? Well, that's part of the question. Like corn circles and stuff, where people could go out of the way to go, what circles were not created by aliens? we did one, therefore we did them all. Well, that's bollocks. I'm sorry, excuse my French. I'm saying that is bollocks. Um, just because one's been proven to be done by man-made doesn't mean they're all are. And the same with NASCAR lines, exactly the same with NASCAR lines. Just because they prove some way, and don't hence saying that, just because they prove we have a way of doing it these days, doesn't mean that's how it was done when it was just done. Thing like so. Back to the subject at hand. How were the NASCAR lines actually created? Well, anthropologists, that's another big word. Do we spell anthropologist with me today? Let's have a bit of fun. Let's all spell anthropologist and then try and pronounce it. Yes, that's Anthropologist. Hey, that's better. Anthropologists. Yes. They believe the Nazca culture, not Nazca line, the Nazca culture, which began around 100 BC, that's 100 years before Christ, and flourished from AD to 1 to 700. So that's you're looking at 800 years in total, if my math is correct. Created the majority of the Nazca lines. The Chavin and the Paracas cultures, which predate the Nazca, that means they were there beforehand, if my English is correct, may also created some of them themselves. Nazca lines are located in the desert plains of the Rio Grande do Nazca River Basin, an archaeological site that spans more than 75,000 hectares. What are you asking me now? What's a hectare? I don't know. I know hectares are a measure of space. I believe it's like a meter, isn't it? But it's a hectare, so maybe it's a square hectare or something. I think it may be bigger than a meter. I've never got the metric system. I know it's. I know you got. I know like millimeter and meter and kilometer, but you also got hectare and hectare and hectare and hectare. God, don't. Why can't they just have one counting system? Why imperial and metric? Why? 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 I never got at school. Why? Why? Anyway, 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 the desert floor is yeah. The desert floor is covered in a layer. It's the actual desert floor there. It's covered in a special layer of iron oxide coated pebbles of a deep rust color. Now, the 8 people created their designs by removing the top 12 to 15 inches of the rock. And we have a third member watching. Welcome to the show. Well, we did have a third member watching. Welcome to the show. Ooh, yes. The ancient people created their designs by removing the top 12 to 15 inches of the rock, and it revealed the lighter coloured sand below. And as they'd done this, the ground hardened virtually straight away. So it made drawing virtually instant. It likely began with the small models, small drawings and stuff, and carefully increased the model's proportions to create the larger designs, like the spider and the Most of the known geoglyphs were formed by removing rock from only the border of the figures. They haven't done the whole thing. They've just done the outline of the drawing, creating a kind of outline, which is what I just said. I'm repeating myself. While others were formed by removing rocks from the interior. Now, given the low amount of rain, the wind, and erosion in the desert, the geoglyphs have remained largely unscathed throughout centuries. It means they've been there for a long time. So, why? Now, one of the possible connections there are is the Nazca lines with connections with the aliens. Yes, we get to the aliens now. Toribio Mejia Zepepi is a Peruvian archaeologist, and he began a systematic study of the lines in 1926. But the geoglyphs only gained widespread attention when pilots flew over them in the 1930s. Experts have debated the pertinence of the Nazca lines since then, which is what I was saying earlier on. It means they found the lines, they're looking into it, but they only realised what these lines meant or saw when they flew above them. In the late 1930s and the early 1940s, American historian Paul Cossack studied the geoglyphs from the ground and air. Based on the relative position of one of the lines, he studied to the sun around the winter solstice. He concluded that the geoglyphs had an astronomy-related purpose. I'm not doing another spelling. I'm not doing another spelling. No, 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 no. Soon after, Maria Reisch, a German archaeologist and a translator, also concluded that the designs had an astronomical and calendrical purpose, like Stonehenge, I suppose, with calendar side of it. He further believed that some of the animal geoglyphs were representatives of a group of stars in the sky. Now, that I can agree with because some things I've seen what they're on about when they're on about they're like star signs. Since we saw it as something, they would have seen it as something else. You know, it's the imagination. What I call into your imagination. Imagination. I know, I'm losing it. In the late 1960s and the early 1970s, however, researchers, including Gerald Hawkins, examined the Nazca lines, or re-examined the Nazca lines, and disagreed with the astronomical explanation for the geoglyphs. They also poked holes in other far-out explanations, such as those relating to aliens and ancient astronauts. So, what were the purpose? That's the question you're going to ask me. What are the actual purpose of the Nazca lines? Well, most recent research suggested that the Nazca line's purpose was related to water, a valuable community in the arid lines of the Peruvian coastal plain. The geoglyphs weren't used as an irrigation system or a guide to find water, rather as a part of a ritual to the gods as an effort to bring much needed rain. Now, funny thing is, I was watching a show last week, and it's called. And when I say this show, I always say it in a certain way because there's a song I love called "Destination Unknown." Destination Unknown, no, no. This show is called Exploration Unknown. I have a habit of going Exploration Unknown, no, no. Yeah, I know, it drives my missus nuts. It really does. It drives her cuckoo. But he was actually looking into it, and they actually worked out that somewhere the lines cross over at a point, and they dug down. There was water down there. And they've done this with these like divine stick things for the crossover. I can't remember what they're called. So there was a lot into that, and they were saying it's pointing to where the water was. So there you go. That's extra information on the water. Now, some scholars point to the animal depiction, which are the symbols for rain, water, fertility. They've been found at ancient Peruvian sites and on pottery as evidence on this theory. Now, in 2015, researchers presenting at the 80th annual meeting of the Society for American Archaeology argued that the purpose of the Nazca lines changed over time. Initially, pilgrims heading to Peruvian temple complexes used the geoglyphs as ritual processional routes. Later groups, as part of the religious rite, smashed points on the ground at the point of intersectional between lines. Now, unlike other relics throughout the world, the Nazca lines are largely spared from unintentional destruction thanks to their location. But the geoglyphs aren't completely safe. No, they're not. Because in 2009, the Nazca line suffered the first recorded incident of rain damaged heavy downpours flowing off the Pan American Highway. A highway to heaven. A network of roads that connects nearly all countries in the Americas with the Pacific coast. Yes, I have been writing information down. That's what you see me looking down. This is why I'm trying to concentrate and make my videos better so you can enjoy them better. They deposited sand and clay onto 3 fingers of the hand-shaped geoglyph. 5 years later, environmental group Greenpeace damaged an area near the hummingbird geoglyph during a media stunt. Greenpeace is a environmental protection group to go around doing stupid things to save the planet, like destroying pieces of the planet just to make a point. See, really, I know. The activists disturbed the upper layer of rocks by the hummingbird when they trampled through the forbidden area of the desert to lay down a large sign that promotes renewable energy. Welcome to the show, whoever you are coming in. Welcome to the show. In 2018, a commercial truck driver was arrested. Yes, after he drove onto the portion of the Nazca lines, etching deep scars into an area roughly 100 feet by 330. It does say it can be damaged, and unfortunately, they do get damaged. There's a massive fascination with these lines. Too much of a fascination. There's so much into it. I mean, when you actually go into these lines, there's been theories with this that one of the theories that I like is that star beings arrived on the planet in the days where the Azkar people were there, and obviously the Paracas, whatever they call it, I forgot their name. And these drawings were done, say, especially the spacebound one that's on the rock, saying, "Hi, we remember you. Please come back. Please come back. We want to see you again." It's that way. We've seen this show. So there you have it. There you have it. The Nazca line. What do you think of that? Did you enjoy it? Subject at hand that I had today. Did you enjoy it? Please let me know. Either way, because I don't take any negative criticism as the way it may go. Any criticism that comes my way is positive because I learn. You learn from it. You learn from it. So yes, on that note, we are preaching the time to make an emotional farewell. And I say to all you people out there, if you've enjoyed my video today, if you've enjoyed the conversation that we've had, please hit that like that one. If you haven't done so already and you like what you've seen, please subscribe to the show. And I hope you enjoy more that comes out. And if you want to know when these videos are coming out, just ring that bell, ring a bell, a ding a dong, a ding a ling a ling. And honestly, sorry, I have to know. If you've enjoyed the content and you think you know people there, tell them to watch the show. I go live. I do a live feed every Saturday. Every Saturday I do this live feed at this time, 6 o'clock, normally about 30:30. Normally goes for half an hour. Sometimes goes a bit further. It depends what I'm singing and talking about. Not even I know what I talk about sometimes. Ooh, yes, ooh. So, on that note, I'm going to say chipalob. Bye-bye. Chipalob to all my people. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for watching the show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.